Good morning. I should have poured me another cup of coffee, but we're going to do I've just remembered it's been a little while since we've read from the Fifth Agreement. I didn't even look at how long the last video was since we did one. Because I believe I read from the Fifth Agreement even during my time of maybe binging or whatever. And it's about to start. You know, I do these infrequently, and I do make a playlist, but I don't know if they go in order, so I might have to go back and try to make them in order, like go back and figure out which video is the first one, the second one, and try to arrange it. I'm going to be looking, it should be easier on the computer. By the way, welcome to this channel, Great Cloudy Day, and I am Great Cloud, saved to the eternal moment. I guess I was talking as if it's people that normally probably watch. Sometimes we get quite a few people that have watched, and sometimes we get a very little. It just depends. Not quite sure about that. I'm not trying to chase the algorithm and figure out. I'm not trying to do any other thing other than whatever something that interests me. And sharing my life interests me. Some of you guys seem to enjoy it. And sharing things like this and devotionals and art and my love for my animal and different things like that, I think brings us to better connection. At least it has for me. Chapter 6 now, and we're in the Fifth Agreement. We just finished talking about don't make assumptions, which is the third agreement. But the power of belief, the symbol of Santa Claus. There was a time in your life when you completely owned the power of your belief, but when you were educated to be a part of humanity, the power of your belief went into all those symbols that you learned. And at a certain point, the symbols gain power over you. In truth, the power of your belief went into everything that you know. And since then, everything that you know has ruled your life. Obviously, when we are little children, we are overcome by the power of everyone else's beliefs. The symbols are a wonderful invention. But we are introduced to the symbols with the opinions and beliefs already there. We ingest every opinion without questioning if it's true or not. And the problem is that by the time we master a language with all the opinions that we hear growing up, the symbols already have the power of our belief. My eyes are getting bad. This isn't good or bad or right or wrong. It's just the way it is, and it happens to all of us. We're learning to be a member of our society. We learn a language. We learn a religion or philosophy. We learn a way of being, and we structure our whole belief system based on everything we are told. We have no reason to doubt what other people tell us until the first heartbreak happens and we find out that something they told us isn't true. Yep. I remember being, a teenager, and of course, I've been asking questions all my life anyway. We go to school and we hear older kids talking, referring to us. They say, "You see that kid? He still believes in Santa Claus." Sooner or later, we find out that Santa Claus doesn't exist. Can you remember your reaction? How you felt when you found out that Santa Claus was not the truth? I don't think your parents had bad intentions. Believing in Santa Claus is a wonderful tradition for millions of people. The lyrics of one song describe what we're told about The lyrics of one song describe what we're told about the symbol we know as Santa. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. We're told that Santa knows everything we do or don't do. He knows when we've been bad or good. He knows when we don't brush our teeth. And we believe this. Christmas comes and we see a huge difference in the gifts that children receive. Let's say you asked Santa for a bicycle and you were good the whole year. Your family is very poor. You open your gifts and you don't receive a bicycle. Your neighbor who was very bad, and you know what very bad means, receives a bicycle. And you say, I was good, this boy was bad. How come I didn't receive a bicycle? If Santa Claus really knows everything that I do, for sure, he knows everything that my neighbor did. Why would Santa bring a bicycle to my neighbor and not me? It's just not fair, and you don't understand why. Your emotional reaction is envy, anger, even sadness. You see the other little guy riding his bicycle very, very happily all around, behaving worse than he did before, and you want to go and hit him or break the bicycle. Injustice! And that sense of injustice is because you believe in a lie. It's an innocent lie with no bad intention, of course, but you believe it, and you make an agreement with yourself. From now on, I won't be good. I'm going to be bad like my neighbor. Later, you discover that Santa Claus is not true. He isn't real. But it's too late. You already released all the emotional poison. You already suffered the anger, the jealousy, the sadness. You already suffered from making an agreement that was based on a lie. This is just one example of how we invest our faith in a symbol. There are hundreds, even thousands of symbols, stories, and superstitions that we learn. The symbol of Santa Claus demonstrates how even believing in an innocent lie can bring up emotions that feel like a fire burning inside of us. They feel like poison. They're hurting us. They're hurting our body. And we suffer from a story that isn't real. The emotions are real. They are part of the truth. But the reason we are feeling them is not real. It's not truth. It's fiction. It's weird. If you're asking yourself why you're so miserable at times, it's because you're telling yourself a story that isn't true, but you believe it. The truth is that your dream has become distorted, but that's not good or bad, or right or wrong, because it's happening to billions of other people. You're not the only one in that situation, and that's the good news. The world of the symbols is extremely powerful because we make every symbol powerful with that force that comes from deep inside us, that force that we call life, faith, or intent. We don't even realize that it's happening, but together, all of the symbols from a whole structure made by agreements, and we call it a... But together, all of the symbols form a whole structure made by agreements, and we call it a belief system. From a single letter to a word, from a single story to an entire philosophy, everything we agree to believe goes into that structure. The belief system gives form and structure to our virtual reality, and with every agreement we make, the structure grows stronger and gains more power until it becomes nearly as rigid as a brick building. If we imagine every symbol, every concept, every agreement as a brick, then our faith is the mortar that holds the bricks together. As we continue to learn throughout our lives, we mix the symbols in many directions, and the concepts interact with themselves to create more complex concepts. The abstract mind becomes organized in a more complicated way, and the structure keeps growing and growing until we have a totality of everything that we know. And we're going to stop right there. I want to keep this video around 10 minutes or under. So digest that. I don't know. It made sense to me. I'm enjoying. I'm glad I remembered to get back into this for you guys. I've read this plenty of times, but I need to be on it. It's fun going back through it. It's refreshing. Yeah, so I'm doing all right this morning. still sober, still hanging in there, and not sure what all that today will bring. Probably a live stream in a little bit. I live streamed earlier just as a small run. It's going to warm up. I'm going to see how the day goes and turns out, and hopefully I can do something like this early afternoon or whatever, like I usually do when I'm doing them during the daytime. So let's wrap it up, man. I was even drawing a little bit last night, and I'm going to try to make myself do some more creative stuff today as well. But let's end it here. Till next time, Mr. Gray Cloud, say to the eternal moment, over and out, ditto.